Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. Today, Carrie and I are beyond excited to share a special guest interview with you. In this episode, I sit down with Lisa as she reflects on her personal fitness journey, from taking those first steps towards better health to discovering the power of strength training, community, and consistency. Before we begin, you will hear Lisa mention several people throughout this episode. Just know these are family members, friends, coaches, and supporters who have played important roles in her life and helped shape the journey she shares with us today. Whether you're just beginning your own wellness journey or simply looking for a little encouragement to keep moving forward, we hope Lisa's story leaves you feeling inspired. Now, let's hear from Lisa. Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Carrie. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, or navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what's working for us and what isn't, with some encouragement along the way.
And occasionally, we'll sprinkle in some fun topics to brighten your day and to make you smile. Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time. Hi, welcome back to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm so excited to be joined by Lisa today. Lisa, welcome. Will you take a second to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi, my name is Lisa Arnold. I'm teacher, librarian, mother of a 17 and a 21-year-old. Who's very passionate about fitness.
You are so passionate about fitness and always have. I always remember you wanting to run stairs from when the kids were super little, and now your kids are grown. And I have seen your fitness develop through just your posts on social and maybe the couple times we've gotten together. So I want to hear how you really were able to find the fitness bug, and throughout all your trial and errors, what was the point where it just stuck?
Well, I mean, you've always known me as being involved in fitness, but I wasn't always. I was extremely overweight for a long time, most of my life. And as an adult, I decided that I couldn't take care of other people if I didn't take care of myself. And so it was very important to me after I had children to find a way to get that weight off and be healthy so that I can be the best mom that I wanted to be. And I knew I couldn't give my kids everything that I wanted to being overweight. So I started finding different little ways to incorporate movement and fitness into my life. Like you said, in the beginning, it was just, I'm going to go running up and down the stairs so that I can chase after my kids later. But it's completely evolved over the years into just one of my biggest passions.
Wow, well, it really has. Tell me now, because you're doing some serious heavy weight training, but take me back to where you tried some of those boutiques, maybe Orange Theory. It's wonderful. Everyone loves those, and maybe some of the other ones. Explain what you went through to really find what you landed on.
My goal was always just to find some sort of movement in my day. And as a busy mom, it's hard to make that time for yourself. Thinking way back, I mean, there's a big joke in my family that if a new gym opens in my area, I'm there because I love it. It started though, since I was a mom and I couldn't really get out of the house. My kids were really little. Actually, I think back, Meg, to when we were starting to train for the 3-day breast cancer walk. That was probably the beginning of my fitness. I'm going to walk this 3-day walk with my good friends for a great cause to support our friend Tracy. I remember buying an elliptical, and that was our first piece of exercise equipment because I need to get myself in shape to walk 60 miles. I really feel like that's when it started. And then I kind of evolved into the Beachbody home videos, the P90X, the Insanity, because that was easy enough to do in my home, in my basement. So I did that. And then I decided I was going to be a runner, which I'm not a runner. I'm still not a runner. I tried for many years and trained for and ran many 5Ks and 2 half marathons. Have a good friend. Saw this kickboxing gym opening. Would you want to try that? Yeah, that sounds fun because let's be honest, if you're not having fun doing it, you're not going to want to continue doing it, right? So we went to kickboxing and I loved it. I felt like I got some aggression out. I enjoyed everything about it, except that the timing of it was very stressful for me. I had little kids. They were involved in a lot of things. And the only classes were like 4:30, 5:30. That's just not working for me. So really, that's what drove me to Orange Theory was their schedules. And I'll touch on this a lot probably throughout our conversation. Community, like the community that it brings. So I started going to Orange Theory because they had a 5:30 or 5 o'clock a.m. class. And okay, I can do that. And 4 years, I was the very first class that they had there, and I loved it. But just every day, 7 days a week, doing the same thing on my body, joints, running, and I wasn't really seeing results like I used to. And that's when a friend was, hey, you need to do more strength training. And she was a friend who actually went to Orange Theory with me, but also went to my current gym. And that's kind of how I started. Just seeing the need for women our age to do more strength training. And it took off from there. I love it. I can't say enough about it.
Well, that's so great. I mean, 4 years at Orange Theory, that is no joke. I think you hit some milestones about classes, didn't you?
I think it was almost 1,000 classes.
Wow.
But like I mentioned, community too there's an accountability piece to that. And when you go at 4:55 in the morning, it's the same group of people that are going at that time. So if you don't show up, they're like, hey, where were you yesterday? There's just that accountability piece of being there. Another nice thing about Orange Theory too was you can go anywhere in the United States that had an Orange Theory. I would travel. I would go to Orange Theory. I made it an effort everywhere I went to work out, even if I was on vacation, and still do.
Yes. Well, I'm hearing a little trend. You were motivated, you were inspired, you were dedicated, and you said yes. You said yes to people that said, hey, let's try this, let's try this. And you were saying yes to yourself. I want to go back to the 3-day walk, that 60-mile. I will not forget that last day. I think people were tired, it was raining, and you had opportunities to get on a bus. And I remember specifically you, Lisa, saying, I'm not getting on that bus. I am going to walk that every single second I can walk. Wow, you are taking me back. And I love everything about your journey because you have a full-time career. You said librarian, you had little kids, you had a lot of opportunities to have an excuse or I have this full job. I have kids that are running around. What was that really got you out of bed at 4:30 in the morning to get over to your class?
I, again, back to the accountability and the community, and I tell people this all the time. The hardest thing to do is put your feet on the floor. So when my alarm goes off at 4:40 in the morning and it's the end of the school year, I'm tired, I have a million things to do. All I say to myself is just get up, go to the bathroom. And if you still feel like that, then go back to bed. And let me tell you, I very seldom do I make it back to my bed because the hardest part is just getting yourself up. And you've got to find the time that works for you. And while 5 o'clock in the morning works for me, it doesn't work for everybody. So it's finding that time that fits in your schedule and carving out, even if it's 30 minutes of your day for yourself. Like I said in the beginning, you can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. Yeah, that's definitely what motivates me is like this is for you. And just by the way, knowing how good you feel when it's done. And I've just accomplished the hardest part of my day. And everything else is downhill from there.
Well, that sounds pretty great. That
sometimes.
sounds great. Well, and you're saying that your family must have been super supportive of you not being home at those hours. Tell me a little bit about the support you had around you.
I seriously cannot thank Jeff enough for being so supportive in my journey because I think back to those training for the 3-day walk, training for half marathons. A Sunday afternoon, I'd be like, hey, I'm gone for the whole day. And he still to this day. And I think it's partially too, Jeff sees what it does for me. And that's why he supports me so much in it. And it's a non-negotiable. If I don't go at 5:30 in the morning, he will know that I'm going at 5:30 at night. And he's right now making dinner, getting things ready. And even with my kids being grown, he picks up a lot of slack around here because he knows it's a non-negotiable in my life.
That's wonderful. Speaking of your accountability partners, where have you seen this roll over onto? Have you seen other people get motivated because they see you so excited?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, friends and posting on social media is very uncomfortable for me. And it's interesting, actually, the owner of my gym, he sent a morning inspirational email. And it was, don't feel bad about bragging what you do in the gym. Why are you so apprehensive to share the progress you're making in your life? Throughout posting on social media and things like that, it's brought in a lot of friends or acquaintances like, hey, where are you going? What are you doing? Actually, Jack's working out in the basement right now. I don't think I've directly influenced Jack per se, but just having that as part of a lifestyle and having me knowing the importance and giving him what he needs because he is prioritizing his health. We have a whole gym in our basement, and I see the importance of that for him. So while I don't know that he looked and said, my mom's working out, I should, I think just by nature, it lends to him knowing that that's just part of your life and that's a lifestyle.
The power of modeling is huge for sure. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Abby reached out last winter and said, Mom, I want to run my first 5K. And I already told you I'm like not really running anymore because that's just, I don't enjoy it. But she wanted to run her first race with me. So I trained. I went to Missouri. We ran this You Go Girl 5K. And I just was exhilarated by crossing that finish line with her, just knowing that she wanted me to be there with her. Um,
That's huge.
Jeff's really taken on bike riding, so he just bought a new bike. We can't wait to get back out there. And Saturdays and Sundays, that's just part of our life is making sure that we're active.
That's great. Now that the kids have gotten into their own routines, has that freed up more time and allowed you to explore even more activities for yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like we're in this stage of life where we're like learning how to take back us. We've done the hard part of raising them and we're still guiding them. Now I do have a lot more time to myself and I actually love that. I try to do different things as well. I did a lot of yoga last year because something I don't think that we've even touched on yet is how important exercise has been to my mental health. And I can't stress that enough that if I don't do something in my day, I know it. I know it from my stress level, from my anxiety level. So I really work on doing yoga a couple nights, even if it's just in my basement. But even in addition to my workouts, I have more time.
Expand on the mental piece. Go ahead. I want to hear about it. How has that changed you?
I feel like when I first started working out, and a lot of times when people first start working out, it's for aesthetic reasons, chasing skinny or wanting to lose weight. While I think I started that way, I definitely noticed a tremendous stress relief after I worked out. I could be so anxious, so stressed out with life, with work, and I would work out and I would just feel weight lifted off of me. And it even became a joke with Jeff and I where he'd be like, I think you need to go run, because he would feel that with me if I didn't work out, because it just does so much for my mental health. And it's just that 1 hour of the day where nobody needs me. I don't have to put a lot of thought into what I'm doing. The workout is created for me. The thoughts I'm making are how heavy are my weights going to be, because somebody's telling me exactly what to do. And I just lose myself in the music with the people I'm with. And it's so good for my mental health. My anxiety, my stress is way less. I mean, of course, we still have it, but yeah.
That is a good testament to definitely working out for your mental health. I like it so much.
Yeah.
Take me back to the day your friend said, "Hey, you need to do a little more strength training." Then you went. Tell me that experience.
Well, I didn't go at first because I was so committed to Orange Theory that I couldn't break up with Orange Theory. And she did both, but I can't do that. By the way, the gyms are expensive too. You're investing in your health financially as well. So it wasn't until she moved away to Texas and I saw an advertisement on social media that was, come for our 3-week deep dive, jumpstart, try it out, see what you like. And I reached out to her and I said, if I do this 3 weeks, are they going to try to talk me into joining? She's like, well, that's the point. I
Right.
really just want to try, but I don't know if I'm committed or, yeah, there was no going back. I won't forget my first day because I was so nervous. And you make up excuses too, because I reached out. I talked to Shay. Okay, well, for our newcomers, we have these classes, and it was 5:30 p.m., 7 p.m. And no, I work out in the morning. And she's like, well, I'm sorry for this jump start, just so we have the appropriate coaches, because they want to teach you everything along the way. We only do evenings. And I'm like, ugh. Jack was in wrestling. There was all the things that were getting in my way. And I'm like, okay, 3 weeks. I can commit to 3 days a week at night and then, transition to the morning. And I remember just walking in and it's just this room of people who all know each other. It's not like walking into like Orange Theory where there's a front desk and somebody's greeting you. And I was just standing there like, what do I do now? But they're so amazing and welcoming. And, the first couple of weeks, I struggled a little bit, not with the workouts we were doing. They had us working off to the side, the new people, with a coach, but then the class was going on to the other side. So, when you're starting a fitness program, you have people who have never worked out before, and then there's people who have worked out for a very long time. And I'm like, I want to jump right in over there. So I would always just find myself watching them being like, I want to do that. And they're like, just a couple weeks, just a couple weeks. Like, so, but then I also would watch over there and be like, I'm not sure I could do that, seeing what these women were doing. And I'm like, I'm not sure I could do that. So I made it through those 3 weeks. And then I was able to join the 5:30 a.m. class. And a lot of our workout, you work out with a partner. So you always have a partner. And like that to me was very hard. And I remember reaching out to my friend Jen and saying, I hate this partner thing, because you feel awkward. You feel like the kid in gym class who's not getting picked to be on a team. And, like, I don't want to hold anybody back from what they're doing if I'm the new person. So I would always walk in and be like, oh, who's gonna be my partner? Who's gonna partner with me? And like was so nerve-wracking to me that it almost made me not want to go back there. But now, yeah, of course, you find your people, you find your group, and that's really what keeps me going back there, is the culture and the community that is there. So now I
Yeah.
have the same partner, Sue, love her. She's my weekday partner. Every Monday through Thursday, Sue comes and we're partners. And then I have other people that on the weekends I have really clicked with. And I know that we're at similar ability levels and similar work ethic. And It's amazing.
Fantastic. All right. So you said when you first asked your friend about the 3-day kickstart that you were still not wanting to break away from Orange Theory. So were you doing both of those at the same time?
I was doing both. So I was going to Orange Theory in the morning at 4:55 a.m. And then 3 nights a week, I was going to Undisputed, which is my current gym. But I will say, Meg, like I said, there's such a difference in ability levels. I wasn't getting as hard of a workout my first couple weeks at Undisputed as I was used to because I was already used to working out. So I did both for at least those 3 weeks. And then finally, I got to decide. And so I decided that I was going to stick with Undisputed and I canceled my Orange Theory.
You mentioned community, the accountability. How did you let Orange Theory, that group, know that you were going to pivot to something different?
It was also a time in Orange Theory of a lot of change. So, like I said, my friend Jen moved away to Texas. My friend Angie was my accountability partner. She was kind of stepping back a little too. So I feel like at that time was actually a good time and it didn't make it as hard.
When you found your gym and got started in your mornings, you were doing your mornings, you found your partner, but did you miss that old routine at all? Or were you really just then going full force into the new?
Yep. I just went full force and I thought I was going to miss it and I really didn't. When you make friends and you have groups of people that you're close with, if they're going to be your friends, they're going to be your friends outside of there too. This weekend, Jeff and I just went out and I ran into a guy I used to work out with at Orange Theory. I used to see people all the time. So I just dove right in.
That is so true, everything you said. I want to hear what this platform is, what this program is. Is it CrossFit? What is the gym that you're at now?
It's hard for me to say. And before I went there, I believe that they used to be what is called CrossFit. So it does kind of lend a little bit that way. It's really just a strength training gym. The owner, he does the programming. So they offer a lot of different challenges throughout the year, programs, incentives. Right now, we're doing a 5-week jump into summer programming. And that's something that really motivates me, not necessarily to win. It holds me accountable. And it's fun that there's a check-in, a challenge, there's a raffle ticket, you can win a Blackstone. That type of stuff really does motivate me. And I do also enjoy that it's not always weight loss based. Sometimes it's, are you showing up every day? It's not just motivating you to lose pounds. So that I am driven by. But back to what I was saying about the program itself was it's strength based, where we're doing a lot of barbell lifting, like a lot of Olympic lifting. So deadlifts and back squats, front squats, benching. Today we did bench press. So I know tomorrow I will probably do something lower body. There will be a shoulder day and then maybe a glute day where you're doing some sort of a barbell movement, but also activating with dumbbells, bands, other things as well. And there's cardio sprinkled in. Sometimes, like Friday, it was like Tabata. You're doing max effort for 30 seconds and then resting for 15 seconds. So we do get our cardio in. And a lot of times our cardio is through strength training. When you lift light weights, but lots of reps, you tax your system there. So there is that as well.
You said you were watching because you wanted to jump right into class. Was it because they're trying to teach you the proper forms, especially if you weren't
Yeah.
used to doing these lifts?
Yeah.
Tell me a
That's one.
little bit about
Yeah.
that.
Since everybody is at a different level, they started out with a lot of dumbbell work that mimicked whatever the movement was. So if the class was doing a barbell, bench on a bench, maybe we were doing dumbbell chest press to mimic the same movement, but then they would start to incorporate in the proper mechanics of bench pressing and how you line yourself up and what you should be activating and what you should be feeling, and really kind of watching you through that with very lightweight and sometimes no weight. Sometimes just the bar was enough because, the bar's 35 pounds. And if you're just wanting to get the mechanics down, and then I found that they really watch each person, and as they feel that you are ready personally to transition, they would have you transition in with the class, but still sometimes work one-on-one with your own coach to make sure that they're watching your form and doing it safely. Because if not, you're going to hurt yourself, and nobody wants to do that because then you're set back even more in what you love to do and what you need. Injury is never what you want.
Yes, no, the injury part. I was wondering, when you first started with the barbell, was that foreign to you?
Yeah, pretty much. High
Was it
school,
awkward?
it was awkward. Yeah, I love it. It's so like empowering, but definitely awkward at first because it's different mechanics than you're used to. It takes away some of the movement in your body, and you're working both sides of your body have to be doing the same thing. There's still moves that I have not perfected and probably never will. And I've been there 3 years. So there's still so much to learn.
Okay, now why do you say that?
So there's some movements that are more like complex movements, like the barbell clean, like the clean and jerk. And there's just a lot of mechanics to getting the movement correctly. And I just find myself struggling with ever really perfecting that. I work very hard at it. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying very hard. Another thing I love about my gym is they offer a lot of teaching outside of class. So they'll offer, hey, Friday night during one of these challenges, we're going to have Friday night at the bar. And it's come and they're doing like a clean seminar, drills, teaching the fundamentals, the mechanics. Because when you're in the moment in class, there's not as much teaching time, and you need to maybe step back and work on that. So I try to give myself a little bit of rest on Sundays and don't work out super hard, but I will go in my basement and work on cleans with no weight just to work on getting the movement down.
Wow, that is so great. So, is the class capped at a certain number?
It's not, no.
It's not. Okay. Do you feel you have eyes on you, or are you just really mindful about how you're doing the moves? Tell me a little
Uh,
bit about that.
you do have eyes on you. There's a lot of there's several different coaches. So there's a lot of people in the class who are maybe taking the class but are actually a coach as well. So you'll have somebody come over and be like, "Hey, you should try this," or, you should make your feet wider, or try activating your lats when you're pulling, or so you do. I do feel that the time that I work out in the morning, some of the coaches work out with us. So I don't know if I get as much of that one-on-one,
I see.
but there are lots of opportunities outside of class to learn more. I do know that that's why they don't let new people come to certain times, because they don't have enough eyes on, people to watch what they're doing at that time to make sure they're being safe.
Well, it sounds like you're doing everything right, especially if you're taking your rest day to perfect it, just the move
Right.
on your own. I love that so much.
I try to do something every day, which I know is not for everybody. And it's not important to necessarily work out every day. But even if it's just yard work, let's try to cut the lawn. It's just nothing overly strenuous, because I do want to give my body a chance to rest.
You have all the components. You're motivated, you're inspired. You love that mental piece, you love the accountability piece. If someone else had some of that, but they just didn't have that internal, I feel I can do this. How does someone get there?
You just have to start small and know that it's a learning experience as well. And my coach Shay always says, get in where you fit in, wherever you can fit it in your day. Like, that's what's going to work for you, and make it part of your schedule. Put it in your calendar. It's an appointment. If you put in your calendar that you were going to the dentist, you would go to the dentist. So If you put it in your calendar that I'm going to work out at 5 o'clock on Monday, you hold yourself accountable to that appointment and maybe just start a couple days a week. I mean, I'm all in, but you don't have to start that way.
But that is so true because even if you're thinking, well, I only have 10 minutes today, but in your mind, you think a workout's an hour. Well, 10 minutes is more than nothing.
I have a routine even now. When I'm done with you, I'm going to go set my clothes out for tomorrow morning and I'm going to fill my water bottles and I'm going to have everything ready so that I am prepared to do this tomorrow morning. You've got to make it part of your daily routine and plan it like it is just another part of your day and hold yourself accountable. And if you feel uncomfortable or awkward in the beginning, like I did, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up, right? Find that one person maybe and follow their lead. And I'm just driven by the people I work out with. It's amazing to watch and see the commitment of all of these amazing women and men, of course, but there's some powerful women out there who are doing so much in their day, but we start our day together for ourselves.
That is beautiful. You've mentioned your community, the people that you work out, but how much do you think your
Oh,
instructors, your coaches drive you? Tell me a little bit about your love for the coaches you've had in your life or your
Um,
instructors.
the instructors that I have now and the people who own this gym, it is so evident in everything that they do that they truly care about every person in that place and their well-being. It's the culture there is not matched anywhere I've ever been before. Um, if I miss a couple days of the gym, I will get a text from Shay that says, "Hey, we missed you." And that's my way of knowing Shay knows I wasn't there. And she's holding me accountable for showing up, right? And my knee's bothering me. And don't just sit at home if your knee is bothering you. Get in the gym and we will give you things to do. So they're always willing to modify, work through anything you have, and just definitely your biggest cheerleader all the time. I mean, if you can see this place and hear this place at 5:30 in the morning, the people that are screaming and cheering, I wish you could get the feeling there in that moment of everybody just supporting each other. We're not against each other. In the gym, it's like me against me. Like I want to do better or I want to lift heavier, but everyone around me is cheering for me.
Sounds like you found a little piece of magic there. I mean, that's a unicorn. I'm not saying that, but there are so many great places that people find their group fitness classes that you're going to see the same people in. They're getting something special out of that. Sounds like you really found something special and your coaches sound absolutely amazing. That is a huge piece, especially if you're getting those emails, those check-ins. If you didn't, you might be having a different experience.
We get a motivational email every morning from the owner of the gym. Then they also send out the workout of the day, which I love because if there is for some reason a day that I can't get to the gym, I go in my basement and do it. And maybe I'm not working as harder by myself in the basement, but I'm still doing what they were doing in the gym. So like they give you the ability to carry on throughout. And like when I travel, we went on a cruise a couple years ago and they just sent me like emails and just like, do this workout with whatever equipment the cruise ship had. But yeah, definitely good people.
You mentioned that your knee's been bothering you and they'll just say, still come in, we'll modify. What kind of modifications do they give? If someone was to find a special spot that you found, but they're a little hesitant because maybe they think, well, I have a little bit of an achy shoulder or
A lot of times, like band work, using a lot of resistance bands, or they'll just give you an alternate move that would maybe work the same body part that you were working on without hurting your knee. So maybe you're using dumbbells. I very rarely will lunge, but I'll squat instead because the lunging movement hurts my knees. But they definitely will give you a lot of different, or let's say you broke your leg and you can't do your lower body at all, then you'll come in and they'll be like, okay, you work on your upper body today. A couple of months ago, them sending out an email saying, if you're hurt, don't stay home. Come in. We will help you. They're out to help everybody and make sure that everybody's being healthy and happy.
I'm so glad you have found this place. Has your why changed?
Um, I think as we age too, we start to appreciate different things in our life and their importance. Like I've stated so many times, my mental health is my number one, and how I feel when I'm done working out is just what drives me to continue to doing it. But knowing that as we age, how important it is to stay healthy and strong, to live a long life and be around. And that's my why. I want to be around and be able to enjoy my life, not age and not be able to do anything that I want to do. The beauty of being a teacher is I can retire early and I want to be able to enjoy that. So that's my biggest why, is just staying healthy and happy for my future.
And do it all over again. Love that. You have officially inspired and motivated all of us. If there is one thing, someone's sitting, listening to this, they're on a walk or they're on a drive, and they're contemplating, gosh, I really want to get strength training, what is one thing they can do today?
Pick up some weights. Doesn't matter how heavy. Pick up something in your home. Just that resistance is going to help you build, not lose muscle mass, and help keep your bones strong. But pick something up. Start doing something small. It doesn't have to be heavy. Girls at work will be like, how much weight should I lift? I'm like, the heaviest weight you can lift. That might be 10 pounds in the beginning, but you're going to be amazed by how much it grows. And that's probably one of the things I'm most amazed by is, wow, I could do that. So empowering to be able to do that.
We're an inspiration. I'm so excited we had this time to talk. And is there anything that we didn't talk about or touch on that you wanted to share?
No, I don't think so. I just find your people, find your place, find something that works for you, because it's not the same for everybody. Just be consistent and the rest falls into place. You see how good you feel. You start to notice the changes in your clothes and your body. And it's just continual from there. You're motivated from there because of all of those things that you've seen trying to be consistent.
Well, you can clearly see that this is how your story has unfolded. And I'm just so excited I had a chance to talk with you today, Lisa. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Meg.
Oh, this has been great. Before we go, please note that the information shared on Redesigning Health and Home is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical, fitness, nutritional, or health advice. The experiences and opinions shared by our hosts and guests are personal and may not be suitable for everyone. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your exercise, nutrition, or wellness routines. Thanks for listening to Redesigning Health and Home.